Good evening, Malaysia. Welcome to our second show with the Healthy Rojak crew. We are here with... Hello, Doctor. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello,
Moose,
guys.
my man. How are you?
Hello,
How have you all been?
It's good. It's good.
Alhamdulillah, sihat.
Good.
These 2 weeks have been a whirlwind.
Yes. We are back. We are back with a very interesting topic today. I hope that we would be able to help you sleep better. Yeah, the topic today is going to be sleep. Let us know where you're coming to us from. Let us know where you're watching us from. Salam sejahtera Malaysia. Apa khabar? Harap sehat-sehat saja. So Moose, how's the gym scene happening, man? What's happening with the gym?
It's going crazy, man.
Really, young people are picking up.
Everybody is doing whatever they want to do. You look at them like you can see a lot of weird things going on in the gym. New exercises is being invented. Yeah.
Really?
That is how people not sangat exercise. So without anything, they just go and whack anything also. Boleh je, jalan je.
It's like they're all out now, man. All out.
Nice, betul.
Yeah. So I just wanna thank all our followers on the Healthy Rojak platform on our Facebook and Instagram, as well all of Dr. Roland's followers who are following us. We want to thank you for joining the show. Yeah, we want to thank Dr. Roland for being here with us. How are you, Doctor? How's the week been?
I'm good, man. The week is being busy. I think as I target this week, they will hit the 90% mark.
Right.
The vaccination. Good job to them. And then we need to get our lives back together fast.
Exactly.
Yes.
True. So we can have more interstate travel. I think the interstate travel opens after that at 90%.
And good to tea
so
also.
That's what we are looking forward to. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to go to all of your house. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, how's Sarah? How have you been?
I've been busy. 2 weeks have been busy. But it's been fun. I mean, like, Healthy Rojak is everybody's on the platform. It's been very fun, very encouraging to see all the interactions that you guys put on Instagram and in Facebook. Like, really, really fun.
Yeah. Thank you once again to all our followers. We want to thank you for the support that you've given us. Please engage with us more, ask us more questions, let us know how we can help you, because the idea of this show is for us to journey with you in your health and wellness. So I guess most of you know that our topic today is going to be about sleep, and how does sleep affect us? How much of sleep do we need? What does sleep do to our body? What happens in our body when we sleep? So these are the type of questions we're gonna attack or manage today, or go around it today. So we're gonna get the sharing of our panel. And if you notice, our mystery chef is mysteriously missing, but he will come. So keep it locked on. He probably has something for us. So good night's rest in the kitchen. So keep it locked on with us. Without further ado, maybe I'd like to invite our doctor to give us a sleep. Why is it important? Maybe you could give us something about 3 minutes of what sleep is and how important it is.
Sure. So I think when it comes to sleep is super fundamental. I can see the chef coming in now. Anyway, so sleep is very, very important. Penting untuk kesihatan badan. So, and sleep is a basic element of recharge. So if we see sleep, technically what we want to do is we want to recharge ourselves from a heavy day kerja berterusan 8 jam, 10 jam, and then sampai waktu for you to rest. And getting a good sleep is definitely going to help a lot of things, especially if you understand like our body has its own circadian rhythm. Dia ada ritma badan tu sendiri. Setiap hormon, setiap chemical, everything ada rhythm dia. And salah satu kajian, one of the research showed that one interesting organ, liver, has specific times to do specific things. So if you do not allow it to rest, that means it miss that operational process at that time. So let's just say maybe like if it's in the afternoon, it's time for it to synthesize protein. And if it's at night from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock, it's maybe to discharge a toxin. So if you miss that belt, your body misses that whole episode for today. And then it sort of creates a backlog. And a lot of your growth hormones, your recovery hormones are all generated during sleep. So it's super fundamental whether you get whether it's 6.5 hours or 7.5 hours or even 8 hours, or you can even have an afternoon nap. It is really, really essential and it's part of health. So if someone is tired, they should sleep. They should sleep. Simple as that. And that's why, see, some companies, some good companies are even having like sleep pods. So they have sleep pods where they can actually go and rest and take a quick nap if they are sleepy. Because when you're sleepy, you cannot operate. Imagine if you're a lorry driver and you have to drive your vehicle at 2 o'clock in the morning and you are sleepy. What kind of a risk that holds not even to the people outside, but the people even in the vehicle themselves. So super important. And I would say to my patients that sleep, as much as workout is and work is, it's a discipline itself. So when you want to like slack, today I'll watch and whack one whole series of episode and stay up until 2 just to complete, you actually just lack that discipline. You try to pamper yourself in a wrong direction, but then you get hit the next day that you're really fatigued. I get that a lot, especially when it comes to like World Cup and Euros and stuff, because I would like try to like stay up to watch almost everything that they can have on TV. I will tap out everything, but I will try to see whether I can actually go into sleep early, whether maybe 8 o'clock, at least get another 2.5 hours. Who knows? Sometimes some games goes into like extra time, and then I'm like, it finishes at 6 o'clock in the morning, like, and you try to sleep from 6 to 8, you're not going to have the good sleep when you get to work. You feel groggy, you feel dehydrated, you feel no semangat and everything. So I would say sleep, in one word, it's a routine, it's a discipline. Back to you, Edwin.
Sleep is very important, right? We need to get that amount of sleep in order for us to be able to have a good sense of our health and all. So let's maybe we can explore this further. Are there some supplements or some kind of vitamins that we can take? Maybe we can ask. Maybe Sarah has some sharing that she can provide us with.
All right. Since I am the legal drug dealer, penjual dah berdaftar, pasti ramai yang akan tanya saya lah, Sarah, mana nak dapat sleeping pills lah, tranquilizer, obat tidur kan. So bila kita cakap pasal tidur je, mesti orang tengok muka pharmacist mesti tanya, obat tidur ada tak kan. Jadi obat tidur, sleeping pills, memang without question lah, it works. It works because, it's very, very fast and effective. And bila you ambil ubat tu, memang you akan tidur yang rest, yang knock you out. And when you wake up, you will feel like, I tak pernah tidur macam ni dah bertahun dah tak tidur macam ni. Rasa puas dia tau. So that's the beauty of sleeping pills. However, there is a danger that you will feel as if that anything else you do doesn't match up to the effects that you get dengan sleeping pills. Jadi maksudnya katalah you rasa nak buat lifestyle change, bukan, you rasa you nak ambil ubat lain yang kurang sikit dia punya, orang kata kuat lah obat tu kan. Tapi you akan rasa tak puas hati sebab you akan teringat balik you makan obat tidur tu, I tidur shock sangat. Macam dah bertahun tak tidur macam tu. Jadi itu yang jadi bahayanya, and that's why you get addicted, because you akan rasa macam I will never get this feeling with any other thing. So that's the reason why if you want to take sleeping pills, just take it for a short while. Don't take it for long term. Take it at small doses. Make sure pergi jumpa doktor, ambil. Jangan minta banyak-banyak dengan doktor tu. Kesian kat doktor tu. Doktor pun takut nak bagi tahu obat tidur ni. Sebab nanti kita obat tidur nak jual banyak sangat regulation, doktor pun tak nak tanggung. Jadi kalau boleh kita ambil alternatif lain lah selain daripada obat tidur, but without a doubt that it actually works. The danger lah dengan obat tidur is that it is addictive. Dia sangat ketagih sebab perasaan yang kami cakap tadi tu. Dia rasa macam you takkan dapat tidur yang puas dengan obat lain. Then kemudian dia juga boleh buat you lupa. You can get memory loss if you take sleeping pills. And the danger when you have memory loss when you are on sleeping pills is you boleh terlupa you dah makan obat tu. Bila you terlupa you makan obat tu, ada chances of overdosing, and when you overdose on obat tidur, there's a chances that you can die because your lungs stop breathing and your heart stops beating. Okay, so that's the danger of being dependent on obat tidur. Kalau seboleh-bolehnya kita avoid. Jadi selain daripada tu, ada juga yang ambil obat lain sebagainya, macam over the counter punya obat seperti obat sesama, obat batuk kan. Sebab obat-ubat ni dia punya side effects dia boleh buat you mengantuk. Jadi dia punya side effects dia you boleh dapat macam hangover kan. Katalah orang yang biasa minum akan tahu, you minum the night before, the next morning you bangun you macam groggy, you ada hangover effect. So walaupun you tidur, bila bangun you tak rasa best. Dan juga you boleh dapat sembelit, constipation, kalau you are dependent on obat-obat batuk dan obat sesama ni lah. Dan risiko yang paling besar is, katalah kalau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan berumur 45 tahun ke atas dan you selalu ambil obat tidur dan obat sesama, obat batuk dan obat sesama untuk tidur, risiko you untuk dapat stroke akan bertambah sebanyak 52%. Okay, so you are putting yourself at risk when you are taking antihistamines regularly. Ada juga dalam Instagram, dia bagi komen in the post, they say that they take melatonin to sleep at night. Yeah, melatonin ni is a more natural chemical lah sebenarnya. It's a chemical yang ada dalam badan, yang badan kita boleh produce, dan dia punya trigger dia adalah natural. Trigger dia is darkness. You punya mata, you kena get darkness, kegelapan untuk penetrate your retina kat belakang. So you have to be surrounded by darkness, and then you punya body akan produce melatonin. Melatonin ni pula, it takes time to produce dan buat you mengantuk. It takes at least half an hour, setengah jam for you, for the melatonin to go up to a higher peak so that you akan rasa mengantuk. Right, so itulah sebabnya kalau malam-malam kita kan kebanyakan kita ada device ni, screen ni kan, mobile ni. Screen ni ada lampu, nampak tu. So lampu ni, bila lampu trigger masuk dalam mata kita, walaupun kita surrounded dalam kegelapan, the light cause an opposite effect to melatonin. Light, lampu, cahaya bila masuk dalam mata, dia akan trigger cortisol awakening effect. Dia akan trigger you punya cortisol ni, is a stress hormone. You akan increasekan you punya stress hormone dan you takkan dapat tidur sebab memang light seperti matahari pada waktu siang, when the light hits your eyes, your body will create cortisol supaya you akan bangun. Alright, jadi sebenarnya katalah tuan-tuan dan puan-puan ambil melatonin pill pun malam-malam, tapi selagi kita masih addicted dengan kita punya screen dan tidur dengan phone ni, dan cahaya daripada phone ni masuk mata kita, kita ambil melatonin pun mungkin dia akan bercanggah dengan trigger yang opposite effect ni. Jadi nasihat saya sebenarnya, obat apa-apa you nak ambil pun untuk tolong bantu you tidur, you kena get rid of all these other distractions, especially the light from your digital screen. So magnesium is a muscle relaxer ni saya akan bincang. Kita stop kat sini dulu.
Yeah. So we've got more coming. Yeah.
Ya, selain daripada obat tidur, obat histamin dan melatonin yang kita boleh produce secara natural, which is just getting exposed to darkness and not have any other distractions such as the light from your screens. That's one way that you can help sleep. There are other things that you can take, including magnesium. And also I have one very special recommendation that I really, really would like to, promote to you guys, and then we talk about this later.
So keep it locked on, yeah? Bring your questions coming in. We've got another question here. So this is something that we would probably look at later, or would somebody want to take this?
Why not got pills? Any pills can wake up from sleep, not depend on person willing or alarm clock.
From
Why
Alexander
not?
Shakur.
Maksudnya ni orang jenis yang tidur lambat, bangun lambat kot agaknya, kan?
So we've got another question here. Hi, from Insomnia Alexander. Hi, has snoring have anything to do with lack of sleep or tiredness?
Probably Roland will be
definitely.
Would you like to take this?
When you look into snoring, I think one's body is absolutely tired, trying to see how much of air they can actually take in. So some of them end up breathing through their oral cavity rather than their nose. So trying to see whether they can actually went in more and then push out more. So that happens almost like, I think most would say when you're running, you breathe in, that kind of a position. But in this position in snoring, you technically use both your oral cavities to actually try to breathe. So fatigue definitely related to that.
Right.
And then there's another situation called obstructive apnea.
Yeah.
Obstructive apnea. Yeah. So that means obstructive sleep apnea, exactly. So that means bila you tidur, you punya breathing is obstructed. Yeah.
Your tongue goes back, so that's why you have a lot of vibration. Then again,
right.
So the snoring is a symptom of obstructive sleep apnea. So you cannot breathe properly, and it can be dangerous. It can be fatal actually, and if you have OSA.
In fact, that will actually decrease your oxygen level and increase your CO2 level in the inside the body.
See, I'm gonna just bounce a question off here. Mr. Insomnia, I hope you got your answer. Whether snoring is due to lack of sleep or tiredness, I hope this would help. Got another question. Is sleep subjective to a person, age, or gender? Who would like to just take a couple of questions before we go to Moose? So keep it locked on, yeah? Doctor, would you like to take this?
Me.
So it's age, gender, yeah. Does it have an impact?
As much as the data we know that is kita lihat, kalau kita lihat pada tidur ni, the younger you are, the more you sleep. Simple as that. The older you are, the less you sleep. So even though whether it's an elderly person who is 80 years old, they actually tend to sleep lesser. So kids maybe can sleep, maybe infants could sleep up to 16 hours a day. And then as you are in your childhood, it might be like 12 hours or maybe 10 hours. And then as you grow into your teens, at least you need at least 7 to 8 hours. And then as you get into adulthood, then you feel like even if you have like 6.5 to 7.5 hours, you're like pretty happy. If you get 8, it's like a blessing, but not everybody is designed for to depend on long hours of sleep. So I think everybody's body is going to be very subjective to each individual. You might not know whether a female who's having during a menstrual cycle might need more rest. We have studies of that, but we cannot conclude that. But age wise, definitely. Gender wise, still subjective, because I think everybody's body pattern is going to be different. Akan berlainan. So jadi, if anybody is tired, they should get enough rest so that they can actually perform their best, even though they spend like 10 hours earlier a day.
Right, right. So rest is important, yeah. Sleep is important if you want to be productive in anything that you do, whether it be at work, at home, you're going out for a function the next day. You need the rest. Get a good night's rest. So now we're gonna go to Moose for maybe he's got some insight that we can do before we go to bed. Maybe
before we go to bed. Insights before we go to bed. Okay. Before I answer that, before I answer that, keep the question coming, yeah, guys. Okay, so what's the question again?
For sleep, what are the things that we can do for sleep? What maybe a breathing exercise or some, you know, I don't know. You're the man.
I'm not gonna put anybody to sleep now. Maybe almost at the end of the show, yeah.
Right. So okay. We've got something for you at the end of the show, guys.
Exactly.
Something for you at the end of the show. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I got some. I got some tips. Okay. So first of all, like Sarah said, you need to have, if you want to have a good sleep, right? So you have to create this a cool kind of dark place. A cool, dark place, and it's quiet for you to have that mood. You have to bring out that mood, okay? And then definitely you have to avoid your electronics. Electronics, like Sarah said, close your eyes. You're done there. You won't be sleeping. You won't be sleeping at all. I'm guilty for that too. So right now, when you are still young, you don't see that as a problem. But when you get older, it's a very huge problem. Why? Because when you get lack of sleep, what's going to happen is you're going to have thyroid problems. It's going to kacau hormone. Your hormone is going to be haywire sana sini. So bila your hormone sana sini dah kacau, a lot of penyakit datang. Cancer is one of them, definitely. So when you have this kind of sickness, just because of lack of sleep tau, tak cukup tidur sikit je, but you have been doing it for years sebab dah biasa, dah jadi habit. So when the problem comes sikit-sikit, so you have this kind of penyakit, and then what happens is you go to the doctor and you ask for medication, you ask for whatever to cure you, right? So when you take a lot of medication also, dia akan menimbulkan masalah lain juga. Medicines ada side effect dia juga. Okay, and maybe if you take it too much, macam contoh like Sarah cakap tadi about sleeping pills, right? You get hooked onto it, you're done for. Susah nak keluar dari situ, okay? And then bila semua bergabung, and then you're gonna have another problem. Dia akan kacau your mood for the whole day, the whole entire, and you don't even know why. Just because of masa muda kita tak jaga tidur, kita rasa macam we are still young and healthy. Bila kita dah makin tua, you get all this kind of problem, but you also don't know why. Tak sedar. Actually, tidur ni is very important. You have to sleep at the right time. Your body works accordingly. Dah ada that body clock like Dr. Roland cakap. But you go against that, and then when you get older, you get like 35 and above, all this problem comes in, tapi you tak sedar. Why I have this kind of problem? I don't know. I jaga makan, I exercise, but sleep, lupa, habis. Gone case kat situ. So again, this kind of problem lama-lama dia akan accumulate stress. Again, datang balik kepada mental health yang kita cakap pasal immunity on our first episode tu. Okay, so bila dah baring pun, bilik gelap ke apa, you have this kind of acute stress. fikir pasal bil, fikir pasal sakit, fikir pasal orang lain, fikir pasal bisnes, whatever you think, stress kat situ. And then one more thing yang boleh kacau is, this one is hard to change lah, bila orang kerja ikut shift. The night shift, susah. That is also need to think of. So sometimes tu kita have no choice, but you have to work around it. How to make your body works for your own health. Sebab tak ada orang lain boleh tolong kita selain kita boleh tolong diri sendiri. Okay? So, that's it. So nanti I will share how to sleep. Stay tuned and give us more questions. Okay? Back to you, Edwin.
All right. So, well, sleep is important once again from Moose the trainer guy. So there are things that we can do, things that we should think about, things that we should start with ourselves, start with me, start with I. These are the things we can do to be better and more productive, right? There is a question here. Probably take a couple of questions before we move on to our mystery chef. There's a question from Mr. Bernard Chan. I'm a sleep apnea patient on CPAP, but have always woken up after 4 hours of sleep. Never had a long rested sleep, even when my apnea events are kept minimal. No one is able to diagnose why I can't sleep continuously for at least 6 to 8 hours without waking up, at least once in between. Any possible reasons? All right, let's ask our, maybe I'll leave this to Sarah. Is there anything that you might have for Mr. Bernard?
It's very hard for me to be able to give a definite diagnosis without a further interview with the patient. But what I can say is, let's just say generally, this is not specifically for Bernard. Yeah, I'm just saying in general. And I cannot say towards Bernard, because if I want to help him properly, or Roland wants to help him properly, he should come and meet us personally and we'll be able to interview him properly. Jadi kita boleh dapat betul-betul apa solution, apa problem dan apa solution dia. Tapi secara general lah, kita cakap secara general sahajalah ya. Katalah kalau kita dah terbiasa tidur, kita nak tidur 8 jam tapi tak dapat ya. Then terbiasa bangun at a certain time setiap malam. Barangkali mungkin sebelum benda tu menjadi kebiasaan, maybe ada trigger, maybe. Okay, kita tak tahu. I cannot say for definite, but it could be a emotional trigger, it could be a physical trigger, a pain, you know, it could be before this selalu bangun to go up to the toilet every night. So there's so many possibilities at the beginning, masa awal-awal dulu. Jadi and then benda tu makin lama dia menjadi habit tau. Badan tu dah automatically lock in, this is I punya my body clock. So we have to go back in time and see daripada awal in the beginning dulu, what was the reason. And then after that, baru we can work out the solutions. So it's usually like that. There is a problem in the beginning, and then the body recognize it as your own body clock, even though the timing is wrong. So we have to go back to the beginning of when this started to see what triggered it, and then how we can move forward from there.
True.
All right.
So I
Thank
think
you.
I agree with Sarah. In fact, Bernard added on a couple of information that he's tried sleeping pills, tried at the possible rule outs of restless leg syndrome, nocturia also was ruled out. So what exactly Sarah said, that sometimes we are hardwired in that way, and that was a pattern. Some people maybe they had like possible sleeping with the lights on. How many people have you had like no, they must have the kitchen light on or some kind of light on when they sleep? We don't know whether these are small trigger factors that trigger their body. We do not know whether they are, like I would tell like some patients to off their Wi-Fi, off their data when they actually sleep at night, because we do not know whether there's any interface disturbance that is externally happening in our body, that we think that we've done all the blood tests, we've done all the sleep study and everything, that nothing is coming out. Why this is happening? So sometimes we just have to look inside, and sometimes we just get external parties to examine. Like I remember like some episodes of Doctor House where he actually goes to the patient's house to see what's going on. If you remember those
Yeah,
scenes
he
back
did.
there,
Did
back
he?
then,
Yeah.
and sometimes those kind of diagnosis is like the spot undiagnosed. Sometimes I ask my patients the craziest questions I might ask, and then like, you know what? Most likely that's your problem. You're having 10 cats to sleep with you at night.
Understood. Let's take another question. Here, there's a question from a Mr. Sean Tan. Do you suggest that one should be on a minimal dose of melatonin to aid with our sleep, especially those who wake up often in the middle of the night?
Sarah, you want to answer?
Okay. If
All right.
you had seen lah my earlier session, yes, sebelum ni on my section when I talk about melatonin, you can take melatonin as an aid for you to sleep. Okay. Tapi, however, you have to make sure that you get rid of any other distraction, namely your screen. Okay, the screen on your digital devices. Sebab, as I mentioned just now, melatonin is naturally produced in your body when your light is exposed to darkness. But when you have something of the opposite effect, when you have light entering your eyes, it will have the opposite effect and it will trigger the awakening response. So even if you take melatonin pills, you still have your distractions. It will not be as useful to you as if you get rid of all the light distractions. So you can, I would say the pills is one thing. You can take it to aid you in your sleep, but getting rid of the distractions is an even bigger factor. It will help you more if you get rid of the distractions.
Thank you, Sarah. So, Mr. Sean, we hope that we had answered your question. We have another question from Miss Nesamani as well. So she asks, just wondering if what we eat before going to bed has any effect on sleeplessness nights. Yeah, Moose.
Yo. Oh yeah, of course.
You got any? You got any tips for us, man? I mean, this is something to do with what we. Yeah.
For this many, okay. Just wondering if what we eat before going to bed has any effect on sleepless night. Of course, ada lah. But only if our chef is here, then he could answer more. Okay. So of course ada. So for example, if you eat heavy, like 1 hour before you go to sleep, do you think it will do you think ada effect on your sleep? Of course ada. You feel heavy, perut berat and everything. So when you want to sleep also baring pun tak selesa. Your organs have to work so hard just to, digest the food that you just ate. So unless you take like something light, something, a good snack, a healthy snack, light snack with low calories. So it will definitely help for your sleep, but not heavy meal. Heavy meal, McDonald's, habis lah. How you want to sleep? Cannot sleep like that. I hope I answered your question. So it does have an effect.
I got a question for Moose lah. I think.
Yeah.
Should we work out late at night? Like some of my friends like love to play football at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, because you see what time they sleep.
I find it very bad.
Yeah, of course. You think it's easy like this. Okay, you see they go play football ke, futsal ke. Usually 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. What time, doctor?
10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Sometimes the futsal courts close at 2. So they are playing at 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah, and then after that, they don't go back and sleep. They go lepak first. Yes. They go lepak, masuk barang masuk makan every kind of food you can think at the mamak kan. Dulu, baru balik, baru mandi.
And they don't just sit there for an hour, right? They're going to be bored.
Exactly. So bila balik, I don't think they're going to fall asleep. They got phone dulu. So definitely kacau.
Dia ada siap boleh pergi clubbing pun.
Yeah, that's why. So lagi satu dia tak boleh tidur pun because their body tengah panas. The body is burning. So lagi nak tidur, lagi tak selesa. Because in order for you to have a good night's sleep, you have to, like I said again, you have to create this cool, quiet, dark place for you to sleep. When you're feeling hot, the weather is hot, you hot, no aircon, how you going to sleep, man? No, yeah.
Right.
Lagi lepas main
Very true.
futsal. Yeah.
Very true.
So no workout, no heavy
Okay.
workout. Okay. Relaxation workout, okay.
Right.
Okay.
And we've got one coming for you. Just hang in there. We've got a little thing that we can do in order to get a good night's rest.
Yes.
Just to inform you, due to unforeseen circumstances, we are not able to have our chef with us tonight. We due to technical glitches, he's not able to join us. But nevertheless, we will still proceed. We've got a couple more sharings from our panel here. So we will take a couple of questions and we will move on to them sharing. Thank you. Please keep it locked on. We've got more info coming for you. We've got a question here from Miss Adelina. How do we deal with insomnia? I think all of us can answer that. I mean, all of you can answer that. I definitely have no way of doing anything of that sort. So who wants to go first, man? Moose, my man.
I think I want to try to go first, and then you guys can fix me if I'm wrong, yeah? Okay, like I said just now, insomnia, like Sarah pun cakap tadi kan, because of this distraction. You have way too many distractions in your life. It's not just on that night, it's your whole life. So you have to fix what's going on in your life. So because like macam I said, I cakap tadi juga, because of the stress, because of the bills, because of the this, your work, your medical side effects, or say lagi-lagi sebelum tidur pergi minum kopi. So you have this caffeine inside you. Kopi jantan, black coffee, lagi for these coffee lovers, right? You can have coffee but not late on the evening. Please, it's not good for the body, okay? And then also, bila lama-lama tak tidur, when you have this insomnia already, you're going to have thyroid problem. How you going to sleep? Lagi-lagi bila dia kena insomnia, lama-lama akan kena sleep apnea. It's got to go to that. I don't know if I'm right. Doctor, am I right? I don't know. Okay.
We've heard a lot about this thyroid.
Right? I think
just start sikit-sikit because of one. Dia jadi besar. Yeah.
I see.
And then definitely. So after that, dia akan kacau you, and then after this kind of thing ada, and then that anxiety will come in. Anxiety, this panic attack. How are you going to sleep? So what I suggest is, you have to fix the root. You have to find out what makes you so stressed, what makes you rasa macam something is not right. You have to fix it. You know? Yeah. Okay. The rest can top up on top of that.
All right. So, Dr. Roland, do you have something on insomnia?
Yeah, I think I want to say people who might have insomnia and all, there's a lot of paranoia going on. I mean, like, they are stressed, and what Moose said is, you must understand a two dynamic system in our body. We have the sympathetic system, which is almost like strike, jab kind of system, and then you have the parasympathetic, which is the relax. So usually you realize when it's about 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning, that's when you achieve like the highest position of your parasympathetic. You're piling deep sleep, you feel your body really rested. Lowest blood pressure happens at that point because of the parasympathetic system overtakes the sympathetic system. So you are really calm. So people who are not calm, they are under trouble. They feel they are watched by the neighbor while they're sleeping, or they are just waiting for another call to come. Like if like example, you're in the hospital doing on call, and then like, oh, the ward is clear. Can I sleep 2 hours darkness? And then every 10 minutes like checking, is there any call? So those kind of things actually create this bad habitual activity, and then leads to something. So they feel like the whole day is not complete. They feel like someone's gonna shout at them, or they miss one email, those kind of things. So you gotta like understand, you gotta win some, you gotta lose some. At times the rest you just have to just drop it all, rest, come back, charge, and fire the next day.
Right. So
I
Rest
agree.
is still important. Yeah.
Exactly.
How about
And to
Sarah?
add
Sarah,
on to what Roland said and what Tumus said lah, ya. Stress will, bila you stress, you tak boleh, tak dapat nak tidur kan, sebab you were thinking about this thing and that. And then bila you tak dapat tidur, you rasa stress sebab you tak dapat tidur. So it becomes a vicious cycle tau. So what you need to do is to try and break that cycle. And when we talk about stress, it's not just financial stress, emotional stress. It's also physical stress tau dalam badan kita. There are stresses that's happening in our body yang kita tak sedar pun that it's happening. You know, and then if we don't address that, it can help trigger the anxiety and the lack of sleep in our body. And when you go back to me, nanti I akan cerita kat you apa satu stress dalam badan kita yang kita neglect.
So hang in there. Yeah. What we will do now is we will get Dr. Roland to give us maybe another 2 pointers that we can get some depth understanding of sleep. If you could, share with us.
So I usually share something very, very interesting. It's called like a triangle of like a universal protocol. It's fuel, which is whatever you eat, and then it's play, whatever you work. It should be your playground. Your work should be your playground. Just take like kids. They eat, play, and sleep. These are the main things that they eat, play, and so. And if you're looking in an adult position, you eat, you fuel up. Your play is your work. Whether it's Moose going to the gym, or Sarah at the pharmacy, or myself at the practice, or at the gym, that is your playground. You're good at it. That's why you're there jumping and doing whatever you like. And then comes to the rest position. And this thing I always share is looking at farmers. Farmers are a very unique kind of job where they have to follow the universal construct, the construct of the universe, or the construct of the planet. Why I say that is like, if you look at it, you definitely would have read books like, okay, CEO semua bangun pukul 4 pagi baca buku and everything. They start the day. But how many people know that farmers wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning? They get ready, they makan, then they semayang, and then they go. They're out to the sawah or the bendang at 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then they probably work right up to about lunchtime. They go back, they have their lunch, they have a short nap, maybe half an hour to an hour, and then they start mending all the equipment, or maybe going to the nurseries, checking certain things up, and then close about 3-4 o'clock, they go back again to the fields, or to check the vegetation, or maybe one more round of watering and stuff like that. And then by Maghrib, they gotta be in back. They have their meal, they have maybe their prayers, and if they don't have astro, then they got other things to do with their spouse, I guess, and then they sleep.
Right.
And then they sleep. And that is a universal construct. They follow this. No farmer can wake up and say like, no, 8:30 at night, no, let me go and check out and have a meeting with some of the plants and tanam some of them in the tapak somewhere. It doesn't happen. And you have to understand, like, the whole farming and yielding happens as a clock. But unfortunately today we have to still answer messages, reply emails, and like ting tong, it goes on. And then we're gonna have like late night meetings, and then like one meeting is at 9 o'clock, another meeting, another friend is at 10, and then you try to play catch up. So we're chasing too many things. But you see, in some job function, they really have to respect the universal protocol. You cannot farm whenever you choose to farm. You cannot farm things which is in winter, you want to farm for summer, and summer for winter, and vice versa. It doesn't work. So I always tell my patients, look at them. They actually teach us a lot, and you have to understand that majority of the human species came from that. Even if you were a caveman mentality, you cannot go and hunt at night. You're not nocturnal hunters. And you realize that we have always enjoyed the embracement of like bonfire and whatever it is, that warmness and small community civilizations for hundreds of thousands of years. You got to understand the gene didn't
Yes.
change. Gene didn't change. And then when you study human anthropology and things like I have passion, we look at wellness, gene didn't change. It is the gadgets that changed.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, doctor. So it is very important that we keep to time and seasons. Very important. There are certain things that we need to do, and we need to do it then.
Deepavali is coming, Christmas is coming.
You're probably gonna eat more or sleep less, either one. You know, but there are things that we need to do, and we need to keep doing it when it's meant to be done. If you do not do it, then there's going to be a consequence. So for every choice that we make, there's a consequences. That's also for every action, there's going to be a reaction. So that law applies universally. So there are things we need to do, and sleep is important. Rest is important. Rest is important because your body needs it. Your organs need it. Everything is doing something when we are resting. So
Correct.
yeah. So let's take a question, if you don't mind. We've got another question on melatonin. So all right, can we mix a low dose of melatonin and benzodiazepine to aid in our sleep? Any interactions from Mr. Sean? Dr. Roland or Sarah, who would like to go with this? Seems very technical.
For me, as a pharmacist, we try not to mix sleeping pills with melatonin because there's a danger that you can, to get overly sleepy, other hangover effects. So it's better that if you want to take benzodiazepine, kalau you dah already on the sleeping pills, you have to optimize your dose once you're already on the sleeping pills. If you want to transition from sleeping pills to melatonin, boleh. So what you can do is you can taper down your benzodiazepine, and then after that, dah taper down sikit, baru you start your melatonin. But we don't mix it together because we don't want to have the interactions of the two medicines. If you feel that your benzodiazepine is not working for you, then you have to meet your doctor and optimize your dose.
Right. Mr. Sean, I hope you've got the answer you were looking for. Yeah. So, Sarah, you said you have something for us?
Yes,
Something
exactly.
more? Yeah.
So I just want to add on to Roland's point just now. He mentioned that our genetics don't change, right? And interestingly enough, if you study the human punya cortisol punya level throughout the day, within the 24-hour punya cycle, you will see peaks and troughs throughout the day. Tinggi, rendah, lepas tu tinggi balik, lepas tu rendah balik. Yang paling tinggi, bangun pagi. Masa bangun pagi tu yang paling tinggi. Daripada you celik mata sampai pukul lebih kurang 9.30. Lepas itu dia turun. Lepas itu 10 naik balik. Lepas tu turun. Lepas lunch turun. Memang turun. You akan paling rendah. Lepas lunch is your cortisol paling turun. And that is when you get the food coma punya time, you rasa ngantuk lepas makan, you nak tidur. You get your power nap during your lunch time. And then you have a little bit of a peak pukul 5 sampai pukul 6. And after that, it's jatuh sepenuhnya. And you're supposed to sleep already after that. And it's very interesting. If you have that test, if you do a 4-point cortisol test, you boleh nampak tau what is the normal peaks and troughs of your energy throughout the day. So that's just to add on to Roland punya point. Genetics don't change and we shouldn't even fight our genetics. So in terms of apa yang kita boleh buat. Okay, so jadi just now ada yang tanya pasal magnesium pills. Boleh tak kita ambil magnesium pills untuk help kita relax nak tidur? Kan? So magnesium ni memang it is can be a muscle relaxant. But magnesium ni ada banyak jenis salt. Dia banyak salt ni apa? Ada garam. Dia garam yang bermacam-macam. So if we take magnesium yang macam your milk of magnesium, your magnesium oxide, this kind of salts, dia tak absorb dalam badan tau. So dia akan berkekalan dalam you punya in your digestive system, and then it will flush out. It will bring in water, draw in water from your body and flush out, and you get diarrhea. So magnesium, milk of magnesium, magnesium oxide, these are laxatives. So you don't take this kind of magnesiums to help you sleep. Okay, kalau you nak ambil magnesium to help you sleep, you kena ambil salt magnesiums yang you punya badan boleh absorb. And usually these are we call chelated magnesiums. It's a very special form of magnesiums. And that chelated magnesium pun ada banyak-banyak jenis, tapi yang biasa, yang paling popular untuk tidur is magnesium glycinate. It's not very easy to find. I'm not sure if we have any that's registered in Malaysia, but you can always go see your doctor to get a compounding pharmacy to compound magnesium glycinate for you, and you can help your muscle to relax and get you to sleep. Now, the most important recommendation that I have for you, okay? Ini I rasa yang paling penting. Jangan terkejut bila I cakap dalam badan you have a second brain. Your brain is not just here. You actually have another brain in your body. And you just take a moment and guess where that brain might be. Apa lagi organ dalam badan you yang rupa macam otak? That's your second
brain.
You
can put it on the chat. We can see. What do y'all think it is? We'll give you 30 seconds.
What other organs
Where
in your body?
Where do you think the other brain is?
Yeah, rupa macam otak. You actually have a second brain in your body. Right? So you just put it down. Okay?
Moose, where do you think it is, Moose?
Tadi yang jawab.
Somewhere along your ribcage.
No, that's too
I'm
high.
Playing safe. I'm playing it safe. Okay. In between your hip bone and your bottom rib cage.
Kidneys. We got kidneys from CKKC.
Betul. Itu banyak organ. Ada yang kata kidneys. Okay.
I'm playing it safe.
Kidneys not as convenient.
You don't want to hear my answer.
No, I don't want. I know what you answer. I don't want to listen to that. I tahu. It's not that.
CKKC said kidneys.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is some.
So what is it?
Kidding aside.
Give us the final answer.
Yeah, kidding aside. Okay. So, if you look at our last episode, the immunity episode, I did mention that you need to have good gut health for you to have immunity. Yes. And believe it or not, you need good gut health to be able to get good sleep. Kalau you punya perut, you tak sihat, you sakit perut, it is a stress to your body. It is a stress to your brain, and you will not be able to sleep at night. Exactly. Benar, betul. Stomach. Yeah? More than that lah, your digestive tract. Jadi, as I mentioned in the episode last time, in your body, dalam badan ni, bukan hanya kita sahaja yang hidup. Kita ada makhluk lain yang hidup dalam badan ni. Yang paling banyak makhluk tu adalah dalam sistem pencernaan kita. So imagine setiap makhluk tu ada brain, kan? Jadi berbilion-bilion brain tu semua hidup dalam stomach kita. So that's your second brain in your body. Okay? So you have to make those brains happy. When they are not happy, they will tell your body. They will give chemical signals to your body. And you say, I am not happy. There is something wrong with me. You should fix this. So that's already a stress. So if you find that you cannot sleep at night, try and see if there's something wrong with your gut health. And even if you don't tak rasa pun macam tu, just do measures that will be able to help improve your gut health. And what are the measures that you can improve your gut health? One of the first things is you improve the amount of normal flora that you have in your gut health. amalkan probiotics, yogurt, Thairu, yogurt drinks. Those are all good things that you can amalkan every day to improve the amount of good flora in your gut. And then also you have to feed your good normal flora. Bagi makan kat dia dulu. Dan bagi makan kat dia adalah buah. Okay? Jadi kita mulakan kita punya meals dengan buah, dengan fiber. So that's the simplest thing how you can improve your gut health. And this is one thing I rasa ramai orang terlepas pandang when it comes to sleep, lack of sleep. You tak terfikir pun that you punya sakit perut tu can cause your sleep. But I did mention just now, any stress that you have in your body will trigger something in your brain. And if you have any stress in your gut, it's going to trigger something in your brain.
And another thing that just to add to what Sarah said, I think it's also the food that we consume, especially we end up sleeping at night, is spicy food and also alcohol. So some of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And so these actually cause a lot of your stomach to actually to bloat or to have too much of spice inside, increase the acidity. And another one more interesting thing, fact sharing is a lot of people like to eat sometimes dark leafy green vegetables at night. I don't recommend that. In fact, like when I was actually discussing with certain Ayurvedic doctors, they mentioned that those are not recommended to be eaten at night because a lot of dark leafy greens actually tend to float a lot in your stomach. So when you are standing vertically, it's fine because all the gastric juice are all in a vertical position. But when you sleep, you switch your body to become horizontal. So then the gastric juices actually irritate your sphincters and esophagus, and then they can cause unnecessary problems, cause you to have reflux, heartburn, and things. So ironically, you realize that a lot of traditions do not practice eating dark leafy green vegetables at night. They actually encourage people to eat like soup, roots, for example, like carrot,
Right.
white radish, beetroot, cauliflower, maybe even broccoli. I think because it's easy for it to be it's very easily perishable, so you can actually smash this. So imagine, like, just think about it. What would you give for babies to eat, like easy smashable vegetables? That's the one you need to look at eating at night, because then it keeps the stomach more easy to break down. But if you're going to eat something that is taking a lot of time, when you actually probably, if you eat late, you come back at 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night, and you end up eating at 9 after your shower, and then by 11 you're going to sleep. So that's like very, very bad 2 hours. You need at least 4 hours for stomach digestion itself, minimum. That's not even looking at heavy food. You go to the shop and you eat like curry kambing at night, then you'll be kambing by then.
Right. So time of eating, very important. What you eat at night, very important. We how about now we get a little exercise, or what should I call a little thing that you can do to get a good night's rest. So Moose is going to give us a tip that we can do, something we can do that we would have a good night's rest. So Moose, you're on, my man.
I'm on. Okay.
All right.
So before you sleep, right, you should do static stretching. Okay, static stretching is not good before you start working out, but before you sleep, you should do static stretching. For example, this stretch, or whatever kind of stretching that requires in a static movement. Okay, so why? Because when you sleep, your body will fix those the muscles, the tissues, and everything. So it's a good time for you to stretch then, and then you go to sleep. Okay, so second exercise is going to be this. Okay, for example, do your hands like this. Relax it. You don't feel. Make sure that there's no energy in it. Okay, you don't want to be like this. You don't want to be tough. Relax everything. Okay, everybody do it with me. Okay, even the panels, do it with me. Okay, relax. So when you feel it so relaxed, try to apply it to the whole body. So when you lie down on the bed, bila tengah baring tu, hands straight, legs straight, do that. total relaxation. Total relaxation. Okay? Okay. And then when tengah baring tu, okay, if you realize that usually bila tengah baring tu, your jaw clench. Perasan tak? When you think about something, it will automatically clench. So this kind of stress in your face that makes you lama rasa macam you don't know what's going on, but stress. So put 2 fingers on the jaw muscle, just massage it for good, just to say for a minute. Okay? Bila dah, your face, kita relaxkan muka tu. So everybody do it with me. Pandang kamera, relax face, relax eyes, relax your eyes, open your jaw slightly. Like, jangan relax. Okay? Eyes, drowsy eyes. Relax. So your jaw, keep massaging your jaw. How do you feel now? Okay, slowly. Okay, you can feel that the jaw is not that tight anymore. Okay, so tapi imagine this tengah baring tau, dark room. Okay, once you do that, semua orang tengok wrestling kan? Have you guys watched wrestling? Dr. Roland, you watch wrestling, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, now you know the character Undertaker kan? Do that
Yeah.
eyes, but don't exaggerate so much. Just that eyes. Look up, that eyes. Okay, bila tengah baring, gelap, do that eyes. And then now your jaw is wide open. Not really wide open, just drop. Okay. Now you do the breathing technique that I need you to do. Breathe in through your nose for 6 seconds. Like as if you're counting sheep. 6 seconds. And then when you exhale it for 10 seconds. Inhale 6 seconds. Exhale 10 seconds. This will slow down your heart rate. Gila. Just down. Okay, do it for 10 repetition. And I'm sure you wake up tomorrow, you'll be like, hey, how many reps did I sleep? You don't even know. You already be sleeping. Okay, panels, I think you guys can. Don't tell me you guys sleeping ke?
Tutup lampu terus. Tutup lampu terus.
Relax. Relax
Yeah.
sangat ni.
Relax sangat. Okay, tapi
Cool,
imagine
cool.
tengah, make sure baring, relax. Relax, total relaxation. You don't want to have any stress and any part of your body. Nothing. And then you will have a good sleep, my friend.
I'm already yawning maybe.
Yeah. So send me Christmas gift.
Thank you, Moose. Thank you, Dr. Roland. Thank you, Sarah. Can we take one question? Take one final question for the night. Yeah, one for the sleep. One for the sleep, right? Okay, we've got a question from Mr. Bernard. Any advice on sleeping position, right or left? Which is better for blood flow or load on heart?
Left.
The results are in, it's left. So we sleep
Left.
on the
Sarah,
left side.
Sarah, left or right, Sarah?
I tak tahu. I doa je. Jangan tidur meniarap, sudahlah.
Yes, correct.
Jangan tidur meniarap.
Okay. Can I answer this, Bernard?
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay. So if you have, kalau nak tidur, if you want to sleep, right? Okay. Make sure your pillow jangan tinggi. If not, you're gonna have problem with your neck. You're gonna be like that handphone neck. Okay. So you don't want to have that. So you bantal tu biasa. Don't have to be so high. Okay. It's not good for the neck. So if you tidur on your side position, no matter which side, do you sleep with your arms on your head or underneath the pillow? Okay, if on your head, you're gonna have a problem with your body, my friend. Okay, you gotta make your shoulder tight. Make sure it's underneath the pillow. So you open up your shoulder so your body is not that under stress so much. You don't gonna stress your shoulder so much, yeah? Okay, so when you baring sideways, put a pillow in between your knees. So you won't have tight hip when you wake up early in the morning, because bila kita kerja, we sit a lot, we drive, we sit every time. Also we sit, we don't even walk so much. Every time we walk, we complain our hip sakit lah, our back sakit lah, our knee sakit lah. Okay, so when you sleep, because you've been sleeping for so long, 6 hours, 8 hours, So you have to have a good position, a good sleeping position. Okay. So put pillows dekat your knee. Okay. So when you sleep underneath pillow, imagine this is the pillow, your hand is here, and then put some pillows in between your legs. Okay. And then one more thing also, add on, do not drink immediately and then you go sleep. Not good. You wake up, go toilet. Okay. No. At least 1 hour before you sleep, you go drink water. Okay.
Right. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you, Moose. Thank you.
Welcome, guys.
Everyone. We want to thank you. Sarah. Sarah's got something.
Yeah. One more question. Bernard asked a question that came up last week as well when it comes to fruits, eating fruits. Kita mula dengan buah ke end the meal with a buah, right? So this is the same question as last week when we talk about gut health. Dalam Islam, sunnah dia is kita mulakan makanan dengan buah. Ya, kita mula makan dengan buah. And this is because, as I mentioned to you just now, we have good flora in our gut. These are the soldiers who are going to digest your food for you. So we have to be kind to our food soldiers and give them their food first. Feed them first, give them the energy supaya they will help you to digest your food for you. So that's why kalau dalam Islam sunnahnya is to start your meals with fruits. Daripada segi saintifik dia pun, Dr. Roland ada jawab minggu lepas dan mungkin boleh ulang semua sekarang. Eating fruits before or after meals.
Yeah, I think
so it's
before meal. It's just making sure your fibers come.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Roland. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Moose. We apologize for not having our chef due to a technical glitch that he's not able to join us, but definitely he's going to give us some very good posts coming up soon on our FB page, Instagram. Please follow, like, and share. Share this video with your friends and family. I hope it added value to you, that you know how important sleep is to you, for your body, and it also helps everyone around you. Remember, if you are well, your environment becomes well. You give out a good vibe, and we want to move forward, right? We move forward, and we are looking forward to journey with you. We're gonna have more topics. If you have any topics that you are interested about, get into our platform, give us a shout out, and we will look into it. We want to engage with you. We're looking forward to our next show in 2 weeks. We will keep locked on our platform. Teasers will come out, topics will come out, posts will come out. We've got lots of information coming out for you. Thank you once again. Good night, Malaysia. Stay safe, be well, and see you in 2 weeks. Bye. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, guys. All right.
Bye-bye.